What is far deadlier than most people realize? Serious? The people that go sleep with their babies. It's wild to me. Is it so hard to put the baby in a bassinet or a crib? It has to be in the bed with you? It's worth your baby maybe dying to have it on the bed with you? And if you say anything, even ask the gentlest question about if they really thought through if this is the right course for them, you'll get slammed for mommy shaming. Sorry Karen, I thought you might not want to accidentally suffocate your baby. Snark aside, for anyone curious, babies should sleep alone on a very firm mattress, specifically one certified for babies, with no pillows or blankets or stuffed animals. With the bottom sheet fully tucked in. On the back is best. If they're able to roll themselves to their tummy, you can leave them like that. For the first 6 months to a year it's recommended that the crib, bassinet or pack and play is in the parent's room, at least 1 foot away from the bed so that nothing can fall in while the baby's sleeping. The bassinet can still be within arm reach of the bed, it won't make nighttime feedings harder. Water. In the Dominican Republic, you are told not to consume the water, don't even use it to brush your teeth. My wife and I were there on our honeymoon. Midweek she got terribly ill and was fighting off panic attacks until finally Friday it got so bad we took her to a hospital. Would not recommend. We determined the only thing it could have been, since we shared food and drinks all week, was an intimate shower we took early in the week which involved some oral pleasantries. She must have ingested some water. It fucked up her gut bacteria so badly that she is still having lingering effects over a year later. Maybe not deadly, but dangerous nonetheless. Gas heaters. They can burn you alive and poison you in your sleep. A fucking moose. They look funny and all, but they're built stronger than a fucking tank and all absolutely insane. Tourniquets. Fools sell these in first aid kits to untrained medic wannabes. Leave a tourniquet on too long, it causes compartment syndrome. When released, the lactic acid stops the heart. In any event, amputation is almost a certainty. In reality, almost never needed. Compression dressings and pressure points do the trick until EMS shows up in a matter of minutes. Maybe only ever actually needed if in the back country of Afghanistan where help is hours to days away. Quitting alcohol cold turkey. Easy way to die, if you're someone who has abused it. Crossing a green light without looking left and right. A green light doesn't erect a magical barrier against people breaking the law or negligent drivers. Not only the obvious physical complications of labor and postpartum, but the mental toll on new parents can not only lead to physical health decline and relationship failure, but for mothers like myself and many others, the stigma of admitting to having PPD/A can drive some women to suicide and infanticide. When women with this disease resort to infanticide, it's not because they are just depressed or anxious, it's usually because they have postpartum psychosis. The ones who speak out and tell their stories say that they did it because they believe that the child is evil, or that they are sparing the child a life of predicted sorrow/pain. If you or someone you know is showing signs of depression or any mental health decline, please reach out. Know that you are not alone, you are loved, you are important. Please seek help or help those you can. Be gentle, be kind. Marshmallows. That game where you see how many you can put in your mouth at one time. Yeah, they can form to your esophagus and suffocate you. Sleep apnea. You can literally stop breathing and die in your sleep. Mosquitoes. The only animal responsible for more human deaths per year than humans. Falls. My uncle fell over around Christmas time 2020. He didn't manage to put his hands out in front of his face, so he face planted into the concrete footway. Unconscious, he was taken to hospital and an operation had to be performed on the vertebrae in his neck. After the operation he could not move any muscle below his jaw. The hospital staff tried really hard to get his arms and legs to work, but to no avail. He is now a quadriplegic and can't do anything that he used to do without the help of others. He is completely reliant on nursing staff to take a shit or eat some food. No way can he play any computer games, unless I can find some voice-activated games for him, or read any books, his two favorite pastimes. He can't work anymore, can't have sex or masturbate. His whole body is pretty much immobile and he has to be moved by nursing staff for everyday activities and also to relieve pressure on parts of his body. All this from a fall. And #X200B. His life expectancy has been reduced by 10+ years because he fell over. His joy of life almost evaporated. Knocking someone out in a street fight, they could crack their skull real easy. Shit that can run fast. Deer, horses, mooses. Shit's heavy and moves really fast, and if you get hit by it, good chance you dead. Shit ain't rare. Not sure if it's been said, but untreated sleep apnea. You literally stop breathing, and get little quality sleep. The stress on your cardiovascular system is immense. Get tested. Period. Then wear the CPAP no matter how unsexy it is. Or maybe surgery to eliminate or reduce the problem. Baby oil. If a baby chews on the lid and inhales some oil, it will coat the inside of their lungs and they will die of asphyxiation. Most new parents buy a bottle of it, thinking it's a necessary part of baby care, but it really isn't, and it's far too dangerous to have sitting within reaching distance of a baby on a change table. Hippos. Being born. Guaranteed 100% death rate. Driving. We are literally driving around weapons every day and most of us aren't even paying a fraction of all of our attention to it. Shorting. COVID. Gallbladders. Mine burst, I had gangrene. I had no idea, no symptoms before that night. I have broken bones, had kidney stones, and abraded large amounts of skin, in one spot all the way through. None of that came close. Not even in the same league pain-wise. Not long before that, my son had helped someone who got sick in his store, sweaty, faint, pain. Paramedics came. Weeks later, his grown kids came to the store to say thanks for helping their dad, but he had died with gallbladder infection. If you're going to have a minor or major medical procedure, follow the goddamn directions. Don't eat for X amount of hours. Do the bowel prep. Follow the prep diet. Anesthesia is not anything to play with. Having to stop and react to vomit in the airway, sterile field, and/or equipment causes so many serious and unnecessary risks. Aspiration pneumonia can kill you. Having bowels not prepped also increases your risk for serious complications. Best case scenario, you're under for longer than anticipated. The longer the anesthesia, the greater the risk for complications. Don't be a dick. Listen to your nurses. Never let a chiropractor around your neck. Source: wife is a neurologist and deals with the dissections after. Taking pre-workout without water. It's a new trend on TikTok and people are seriously getting hurt. I believe a young 20-year-old woman had a heart attack. Riptide. If you don't know what you're doing, you're pretty much floating out to sea and drowning. It's easy to remedy and that's why many don't pay much heed. Just walk or swim parallel with coastline to get out of the rip. Diabetes. Even if you do everything right, it can still damage virtually every major organ system if you're unfortunate. Being poor. You can't afford basic healthcare, basic dental, basic decent anything, and your health pays for it. Not going to the dentist can kill you. Not being able to afford medication can kill you. Not being able to afford a day off to rest when you're feeling bad. Being broke doesn't just suck because you can't do fun stuff. Being broke sucks because you have to choose between your health and your immediate well-being. And hard work alone won't lift you out of that deadly negative cycle. You actually won't die in your sleep because your brain at least wakes you up unconsciously through either micro-awakenings or gasping for air. But it kills you over time with all its major cardio and lung side effects. Alcohol. Colchicine, old gout med, extremely fatal overdose, no treatment, horrible death. Massive fluid shifts and cardiovascular collapse. Cannot be dialyzed. It is just sad to treat. It was proposed as a potential treatment in the beginnings of COVID-19 and has not shown any direct benefit. Critical care PA here. Works great for acute inflammation in gout, but don't take the whole bottle please. Mosquitoes. They kill 1 million humans a year. And when they are not killing you, they can cause devastating encephalitis, which often leaves you forever changed. With